Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Just a quick heads up, this episode's audio is really bad. Y'all just bear with me. It's a great learning lesson, but the audio in this one is not the best. Having technical difficulties, but the show must go on. Enjoy. All right, man, we better get it cracking. Welcome back to another edition of the Arnold Thoughts Podcast. It is your boy Arnold, where we talk overseas basketball every single day. Before we get started, guys, always hit that like and subscribe. We're gonna get into all that. Introducing my guy, man. What's up, bro? Nice to meet you first and foremost, man.
I said I see you got Luffy in the background, man.
Oh yeah, what you know about
man.
Luffy?
Come on, man. I'm an anime fiend, man. Man, you know how it is. You get overseas, man. That's all I watch is anime.
Right.
I don't watch nothing else.
Shoot, I didn't. I'm one of those original. You feel me? Episode 1. I ain't started in the middle. I started from episode 1.
Likewise.
You know what I mean? Dragon Ball when it was just Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. All that way. he had flying Nimbus. I'm that
way back.
You feel me?
Way back.
But man, glad to have you on, man. Just for a little introduction, this is what I do. This is my podcast, bro. I pretty much try to just get the information back to, the next generation coming up who want to learn this game. And a lot of times they don't really be knowing what's going on. So when I seen my man send me your link, send me your story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He sent me what you had going on. He sent me and I went through the whole thing. I listened to the whole thing, and I was just like, I need to get bro on the show because this whole perspective or this perception of what everybody believe overseas life is like is not what they expect. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to see you going through your situation, we're gonna get into what's really going on with your situation and get into that so guys can kind of know how to navigate because we learn from. It's better to learn from the experience of somebody else doing it, going through it instead of just falling into that same situation. So go ahead and give us a little background on yourself. Your name, where you from, all that, bro.
Jalon Miguel Kendrick. I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Ended up graduating from UNLV, former McDonald's All-American, all that cool stuff. And, just now, currently play overseas. I signed to go play in Japan this upcoming year, so super excited about that.
Where at? Where at in Japan?
I'm going to Yamaguchi this year. Over in Ub City, Yamaguchi.
Which what level they in? B2, B3, B1?
They B3.
B3? Man, I've been trying to get to Japan since 2016.
I've been trying to get to Japan for so long, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, when the opportunity arrived, I'm like, man.
And once you just get in,
it's so hard for people. It's so hard for people to get to Japan, man. It's insane because people stick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
People stick in Japan. They play for so long. They're so loyal. The money's good. Basketball's good. The culture's good. I've heard no negative things about Japan, and so when the opportunity arose, I had offers in various places, and I was like, yeah, nah.
I'm going to listen. I've been in South America for the last 9 years, and I'm like, listen, bro, I'm done here. I'm going to Asia. You was out here?
I was in South America for a minute. Yeah, I ain't a big yeah.
Where you was at?
I'm a thing. I was in Mexico for the most part. They wanted me to come out to Uruguay. No, I got Chile hit me up. Not a chance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every time they hit me up, I'm like, I'm straight.
I'm out here in Chile right now. We in the playoffs.
Yeah, my boy Capri Austin was out there a few years ago.
I know Capri. Yeah, I know Capri.
That's my dog.
Yeah, Capri played. He played
me and Capri played in Mozambique together.
In college?
For the BAL Africa situation.
Oh, for the Africa?
Nah, Mozambique in Africa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. They say Africa jumping now.
Back home.
Yeah.
Man, beautiful. They take care of you. Only thing is, you know what I mean, because you have to win your area and then you go to the BAL. So I mean, in your area maybe a little, but the fan base is amazing. The people are amazing. The support is amazing. Our living situation was amazing. Food is good, cheap. You know what I mean? And they had hot beaches. You go to the beach, bro. The
Mhm.
water is warm. It was just it was
And
an
the league,
amazing experience. I think is amazing.
yeah, they
I
paying good,
personally think it's amazing. Depending on who you with, you know what I mean. But our situation was real good, I believe.
right? I mean, shoot, I've been seeing that because I follow another guy
So
who kind of covers
I
it.
can't speak on what other people was getting paid, but I know me and him. I knew what me and him was getting paid.
Right.
We was good. So,
Now I've been hearing a lot about Africa in this time. You know what I mean? Like it's coming up. You know, the NBA just signed like a
yeah.
joint venture out there too. So yeah, that's just bringing more
Uh-huh.
exposure to over there. I didn't see a lot of guys out there. I'm like, I just need to get on that side. Over here, out
Just
here,
need to get on that side. Yeah.
just more opportunity.
Just need to get on that side of the other hemisphere for sure.
Let's get into your situation, man. If you could explain kind of what you went through on your Instagram, y'all go check out his Instagram. I'll have it in the link. But you kind of went through your situation. If you could just bring us to the beginning, like just what happened. How'd you even get to? First of all,
Yeah,
how'd you even get to China?
so it's a very interesting situation from top to bottom because initially I was coming to China for 3 months on my own. Like I was like, oh look, coming to China, coming to visit, and just experience it on my own dime from top to bottom before
Done
I was
that.
going to Japan.
Done that before.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna find a basketball job, nothing like that.
They're
Wanted to
gonna find you.
experience it one day, but I was really coming to visit China, like you know what
Right.
I'm saying, for a reason, you know what I mean, like for a bigger reason. I want to go to China. I want to visit it to see if I like China. Um, I think global climate is changing. I think a whole lot of moving pieces are going to be coming up in the upcoming years. I wanted to experience China by myself to see if I enjoyed it or I loved it. Um, doing kind of like my preparation to go. Um, I see a guy that I played against in Kuwait, guy by the name of Daryl Magic Dorsey, who I played against in
Magic.
Kuwait. Magic, yeah. So I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, man, um, I see you mentioning you gonna be in China. That's crazy. I'm gonna be out there too." He was like, "For real? When you coming out?" I'm like, "Man, coming out in the next 2 weeks. I'm getting all my preparations and stuff together, like, and I'm heading out." He was like, "Bro, I got a hell of a situation for you. You may not have to do any of that." So I'm like, intrigued. Like, what are you talking about? He was like, "Look, you come out here. We're gonna give you the highest paid contract. You and another guy are gonna have the highest paid contract. They usually only give it to bigs, but I know you. You're a dog. You're gonna come out here and cook. So I'm gonna give you a highest paid contract, and they're gonna pay for your living. They're gonna pay for your flight, and then you'll just have to do like scrimmages, games and stuff. We're gonna set up workouts for the NBL, CBA, stuff like that. Mind you, even still, I'm like, man, that's super dope. I'm going to Japan.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if CBA hit me and I know, you know what I mean, which would be crazy just because, like, in my brain, I want to be somewhere now for the next couple years. Like, I know, okay, I can go into CBA. I know I can get buckets, but you can get CBA be like, bro, you gone. The NBA player that just got cut is coming over here. You ain't got no home. From what I know, Japan is not doing that to players.
No.
So
No.
in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to go into CBA. I don't want to go into NBL. I want to go to Japan. Period. But I'm like, I would love to play against good talent while I'm out here. I would love to make some spread and some chicken while I'm out here just chilling. I would love to have my living paid for. Like you telling me, I'm gonna make money and a decent little,
Pretty
nothing
much paid
crazy, a
vacation.
decent little, yeah, a paid vacation, like a little 5 grand a month. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna pay for my living, pay for my flight. I'm like,
Chilling.
yeah, I'm in.
Chilling.
I'm in. So, I kind of, did my little bit of due diligence, which wasn't anything crazy. Sent over the paperwork, and like I said, at the time, my I didn't know Magic, just knew him from playing
Right.
over in Kuwait. Um, so I didn't have a whole lot to bank off of, and the few people that I did know him kind of said like, he may exaggerate a few things, but other than that, like, he ain't the worst guy in the world. So I'm like,
Right.
all right, cool. Flight was paid for within a few days. They were trying to get me to head out like they talked to me on Monday. They were trying to get me to head out like on a Tuesday. I'm like, nah, dog, like
Why do they believe that you
that
can
ain't
do
happening.
that? They never give you no time.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
come
like,
on,
they
man.
don't give you no time. So I'm like, no, I won't be able to head out on Tuesday. They're like, well, we got CBA and NBL workouts going on ASAP. Like, so you just need to get out here because we got the team that interested, this, that, and the fourth. So in the back of my mind, like, I know how this works. Y'all probably got some type of scrimmage, some type of game. Like, there's a reason bigger than y'all just looking out for me that y'all want me out here.
Y'all so ready for me to get on. Really.
Like, y'all gotta be putting me in a situation where y'all are making money.
Of course.
Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be so. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
you
you
wouldn't be
wouldn't be
so
so
juiced,
eager.
so thirsty for me to come out there so fast. Like,
You wouldn't be so exactly. So I was like, look, I'll be able to come at the end of the month. At the earliest. And this is like on the 17th. I'm like, look, I'll come like on the second. So it was okay, cool. So end up coming out. They bought my flight, end up coming out, getting picked up. Crazy side note, my bag got damaged. My Nike bag got damaged crazy from Qatar Airways. Um, but my stuff that, my iPad got cracked or whatever. So I was like, whatever, made a little statement. Got to the little spot that we was at. Nice spot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
they have
tell
a
the
nice lot.
pros
They
as
got
well.
a lot of nice spots out there. A lot. It's slept
Nice
on.
spot, little 2-story spot. AC in there. Wi-Fi shaky. Not gonna lie, you want good Wi-Fi when you
That's
go
always
overseas. The
that. That's
Wi-Fi
always
is shaky, but had a refrigerator. The bathroom situation it's the literal meaning of shit, shower, shave. You have a toilet, you have a shower, and you have the sink. You know what I mean? But it's not like something that bothers you. It's just kind of like a cocoon
different.
space for you to
Yeah.
save. You know what I mean? But it's nothing that what you're like, oh shit, now I'm above this. Like you're like, oh, okay, that's neat how they did that. And after that, kind of went and hooped with a few of the guys, some of the guys that had played in the CBA previously, some guys that play around, and just started to kind of like get my feet wet in the culture out here. I think in the beginning stages, I was, I'd be asking Magic questions. I would call him OG, you know what I mean? Like, OG, I got questions about this, questions about that. Some questions he knew, some questions he didn't. But I'm also one of them people that I'm self-sufficient, no matter where I'm at.
Right.
I don't,
You
I,
gotta be.
I enjoy people. I enjoy people company, but I will go and do my own thing. And I started to notice a little bit when I started to do my own thing, it started to ruffle some feathers.
With him?
Would I think it started to ruffle a few feathers with him specifically, just for the simple fact that like, or even the company, I started to find out things
Give us an
because I'm
example.
talking to other guys here. Yeah, so I'm talking to other guys here, and other guys might be like, "Hey, man, like, if we had these little scrimmages or these little games. If you come over here this game, you can get paid X amount." And then I'm like, "For one game, yeah." So I do math. I'm like, "Okay, one game. How many games y'all playing? 10 games, 10 games. Damn. Okay, cool. Like, and who be putting this stuff on? You know what I mean? So you doing math, you like, dang. So they eat, they eating off the top, which
They
I don't got no
eating
problem
off
with.
the top.
Which personally, bro, I don't have a problem with. I told him like, I don't got no problem with it. I'm here for a short time and a good time. That's it.
Right.
I'm
Right.
here for 3 months and I'm gone. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what it is. Um, and the thing was, you got paid whether we played, scrimmage, did anything,
Once
you
you
got
touch
paid.
the court, you're getting paid.
No. So with the contract situation, you got paid with Hong Sports, whether you played or did not like you got paid.
Guaranteed. No matter what.
Guarantee you got paid every 2 weeks.
Right.
That was like the luxury of it. So when I got here for the first 3 weeks, all I did was work out, go eat, chill. Work out, go eat, chill for the first 3 weeks. Um, and so then after that, they hit me up and said, "Hey, look, you have a game." Maybe there's some things that went on between there, that and what I'm about to tell you, but I think this is kind of like the steak and potatoes. Um, when we, I got a call said, hey, look, you're going to be heading out on the 25th to go to Wayhan. I'm like, okay, cool. What are we what are we doing out there in Wayhan? They said you're gonna have a game. So I said, look, send me the details. I need the weather report. Just give me everything, because they'll just tell you you got a flight tomorrow. Like, I'm seeing how they're telling other players things. They'll just say, hey, you got a flight in 2 hours. Guys is running back to their room, packing their stuff, leaving out. I'm
Been
like,
there.
oh no.
Been there
In the
before.
back of my head, I'm like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would like for you guys to just give me a heads up, communicate with me properly. That
Communication.
way, if you handle stuff with me professionally, I can handle stuff with you professionally. If y'all want me to do things at a high level, all I ask for y'all to just try and attempt to do it in return. And see, some of the big things where they would act as if they couldn't understand, like yeah. Yes, they don't speak proper English, but they got a translator. And then when you ask them certain questions, I'll give you one example. They reached out to everyone and said that in their contracts it said that your place would be, your accommodations would be taken care of, right?
Mhm.
We all know what accommodations include. They somehow said, look, accommodations does not include electricity, Wi-Fi, and water, or like maybe water and electricity. So you guys need to pay for your own electricity and water. So mind you, players that have been here before I arrived weren't paying for electricity
No.
and water, and I wasn't about to either, because I'm like, hey, look, if you go to a hotel accommodates you. And when they accommodate you, they do not give you no bill at the end of your stay and go, hey, look, you ran the water for 30 minutes. You need to pay us $15. So I said, it's not my fault that y'all translated that poorly. But I also was like, I can't speak for everybody.
Right.
All I'm saying is I'm not paying for
Right.
neither one of them.
Facts.
So they end up coming to me and saying, look, you're right. You know what I mean? We're not going to charge you for that. We're going to cover it. They basically said, look, we're going to cover it up to, and I said, and I suggested this, we're going to cover it up to like 150,
You are.
150. Anything after that is over usage, which is fair, because you shouldn't be over 150 RMB out here
Yeah.
on your electricity and your water.
Unless you're
You
doing something you ain't
OD. That
supposed to
means you
do.
leaving. Yeah, like you ODing. So, and they basically said they were doing that to stop people from overusing it. I said, look, you punished me for something I ain't ever had nothing to do with. So, long story short, I got that settled for my situation. But just to show you how they how they try to say, oh, like you misheard what we said. Oh, we meant this
They're
and we
trying to
meant
do a
that.
play on words. Like you just gonna go for it.
Play on words. Come on. So I asked them, give me all the details. They say, look, this is gonna be the weather report. This is when we're gonna leave, 4 a.m. We're gonna get there, we're gonna fly. You'll have a game this day, this day, this day. They even told me, when initially they told me we would not do any scrimmages or play outside ever. Because it's a professional thing and all this stuff. So I'm like, cool. But they text me and said, we're gonna have an inside game and an outside game. The outside game and the inside game. So, but they told me ahead of time, so I prepared for it. Brought 2 pairs of shoes, prepared for it, and I prepared for a 3-day trip. We head out to Wayhan. I play the first game we play outside. The rim was, one rim was 10 feet, the other rim was, I think, 7 centimeters or 8 centimeters off. I never in my life thought 7 centimeters would fuck me up that bad. Like, bro, like it was like the first half, bro. I had 4 points. I'm shooting on the other side of the rim. I'm missing free throws. I'm trying to touch shot it. I'm like, I can't figure this 7-meter motherfucker rim out. I missed the dunk on the fast break, bro.
Oh
Cause
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
bad.
I'm trying to over dunk it and I don't threw the ball too far. I'm like, yo, this is madness. Second half was a different story. We was on the 10-foot rim. And I made up for my first half.
Right.
Ended up with like 25 points or whatever. It was chill. So went back to the hotel, had a good time. The following day, the next game, we were inside the gym. So, in my mind, I'm like, all right, I
It's gonna
had
be
I
better.
had a decent game the first game, but I need to let y'all know, like,
Yeah.
I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? Just in my mind. First quarter, you know what I mean? 25 points. You know what I mean? First quarter. End up with about 40 plus points. I know I had 15 assists. I know I had 12 rebounds. And I know I had over 40 points. And I did that in about 3 quarters. And during the third quarter, I was approached by a translator, a lady that goes by the name of Natalia or Natalie or something like that.
Yeah,
And
he dropping names,
she
boy.
go, yeah, yeah. So
Be
she
aware.
goes, yeah, just be aware. That's all, and that's all. That's all of this is about. You
For
know what I
for
mean? Like
sure. For sure.
it's about being aware. You know what I mean? Like I'm not in a traumatic experience. I'm not. You know what I mean? It's just be aware. And if you guys decide to come sign with this company or be with these people, just know what you're dealing with. I'm not telling anybody to stop. I'm not counting nobody's pockets. I'm not doing any of that. Like, just if you are in a situation, your situation may go way better than mine. Just be aware of the extremities, the max and the mins, what they're willing to do. You know what I mean? And so you can make that decision for
A
yourself
lot of people
as
don't
a as
got
a
another job waiting for them. This could be their only opportunity. It might not be, financially stable because a lot of guys who take these deals really be guys that's just starting out. And if you're just starting out and you get caught up in a situation like this, it could go a lot worse.
it could be terrible because, and I'm gonna tell you why. I get approached by Natalie or Natalia, and she goes, you need to stop shooting the ball." And I'm like, "Huh?" Now mind you, granted, I know exactly. I went 2 for 6 from three up to this point. Other than that, I've missed about 3 shots. So I'm like, "Stop shooting the ball." I'm like, and I tell her, I said, no disrespect to you. And I tell her, no disrespect to you, but I do not need you to tell me how to play this game. I
Facts.
do not tell you how to translate. I do not need you to tell me how to play this game. If you have some constructive criticism, cool. But the way you approached it, I'm just not understanding your logic. Mind you, we up 50. Like at this point, we up 50. And then they sub me back in the game, and I don't shoot the ball no more. Like I just had to let her know, like, look, I'm not a puppet. You can't just tell me to do what you want and bend at your will. But I get back in the game, and like I'm throwing alley oops. We had a kid on our team, young kid that jumped to the fucking moon. I'm throwing him alley oops left and right. I'm having fast breaks where I can dunk. I'm throwing it to my big so he can dunk instead. Because like at this point, it's like let's put a show on
Right.
for the people that's around. Let's have fun. Whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to score no more. I made my statement. Um. So after that game, I basically get a text, basically from the guy Andy, basically talking shit. Like you need to listen. Da, da, da. Like they don't want to pay us our money because you ain't da 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 this that and four. I'm like, huh? Like how you mad at me for cooking? And I went about 50. So I'm scratching my head because I don't understand what I'm involved in. I
Right.
don't understand the concept of wild ball or you know what I mean what they
You
call.
think
I
you're
don't
there for
understand it.
basketball. You think you're there for
I
basketball.
think I'm there for basketball. I'm not understanding the concept. And that's all I'm saying. So people that are, if you're getting involved, just understand the concept. They may ask you to throw games. They may ask you not to shoot. They may ask you to do this and that for money. You know what I mean? I've heard players say owners told them, hey, uh, foot race for 500 RMB, walking your hands for 500 RMB. Like, so I'm like, bro, like where I'm from, I'm not like, bro, I'm not bending over for no chicken. So like, I'm bad for wild ball. I'm not good for it. Like you got money, you telling me to run or do a cartwheel for five. I'm like, hey, bro, this ain't none of that.
This ain't that.
I ain't going.
This ain't that.
I ain't going. This ain't that, man. We can do it. You know what I mean? I ain't going. Period. Uh, so he's sending me this message or whatnot, and blaming me for, blame me because the boss don't want to pay us or something like that on me. So mind you, after winning the games, the boss like, yo, come ride with me in the Ferrari, pushing around the city, like, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, like I got you, bro, like you cold, I loved you, came out here, you know what I mean? Like take my information.
Get my
If you ever
WeChat.
need anything, like I got you. Like you know what I mean? And he spoke English because he used
Oh,
to live
okay.
in the States.
Okay,
So
okay.
that, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So like we building like a real like, man, that's cool, that's dope. And I'm not thinking I'm doing nothing wrong. Andy hit me up like, oh, you think I don't know you hanging out with the boss and you doing this? I'm like, the translator ain't never tell me I couldn't hang out with him. She seen me walk to the dude car in the
Right.
Ferrari. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she could have said, hey, look, that's not how we do whoop de whoop. She ain't telling me nothing. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, why are you mad at me? So the next day, we had been playing on concrete. So I ain't never had lower back problems. My lower back was feeling a little funny. But I'm thinking like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, man, you know, I had asked him before, like, yo, I had bumped my knee on something like, yo, like, where can I kind of go get my knee looked at? Crickets. Asked him about another situation, crickets. So I'm like, I figured out everything without them. So now that my lower back is feeling a little funny, I'm like, what I'm gonna tell y'all for? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. I'm
Right.
gonna sleep it off. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna push through. I went to sleep, woke up, was like, I don't know if I could push through this. You know what I mean? I could,
Okay.
but I don't know. And
For
the
what
team that we was
purpose?
playing in the championship, yeah, the team that we was playing in the championship, they beat the team we beat last night by 50 by 1. So I'm like, we
Gonna pop
we
them.
good. Finna pop them. There's no need for me to play on concrete again and maybe make my back hurt again for no reason. So I wake up in the morning. I wake up around like 8 o'clock and I text translate like, hey, can you get me some ice? She oversleeps. So she don't text me back. She late to the bus, everything.
Supposedly.
So I don't get no ice or nothing. So I don't get no ice or nothing. So I'm like, I'm really, you know what I mean? I'm a stretch, and if I don't feel it, I'm really not going because we should win this game regardless. So we go out, you know what I mean? We play, we win the game. Um, locals did good, and I think it was a better competitive game. I do think I would have changed the dynamic of the game and made it a
Mhm.
little less exciting. I think we would have won by 30 or 40. Versus and the boss owned both teams, so he didn't even want that. He kind of was like, yeah, like if your back hurt, yeah, chill. Like he's like, you know what I mean, relax. Your back do
He
hurt,
winning
relax then.
regardless.
But
It's his team.
yeah, he was just like, and he just kind of like in his head, he kind of like gave me that like, because if you play, it ain't gonna be a good game. Like y'all gonna smack us.
Right.
I'm like, cool. I'm chilling. We end up winning. I'm thinking everything good. Everything's everything. We heading back to the hotel to change, go to the airport because we leave. And mind you, they told us, oh, y'all not gonna shower before y'all get on the airplane for a 3 or 4 hour flight. I'm like, so we finna play this. You know, in China, it's hot. We finna play for a game, sweating crazy, and go from the game to the airport dripping in sweat. Nah,
No.
I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to do that.
They
But
culture like that
by
though.
me saying exactly, but by me saying something, that they end up going, okay, cool. The boss end up going, hey, look, we're gonna take them to the hotel, let them shower, and then they can leave from there. So we get back. While we on the way back, one of my teammates, he goes, he asks the translator Natalia, hey, what time we leaving? She says 3:55. And I'm thankful that he asked this because they was just going to drop me off without saying nothing. She she says 3:55. And I'm a very observant person. I don't talk a lot. You know what I mean? When I'm in these settings, I do talk to people I'm comfortable with, but I'm like 3:55. So I'm like, I thought we was leaving at 3:30. She was like, no, we taking the train. I'm geeked up. I'm like, oh, we finna take the bullet train. Like, it's lit. So I'm like, how long the train gonna take? You know what I mean? She's like, no, you're just taking the train. We not taking the train. So when she says that, I still don't got no problem, bro, because I'm like, that's my punishment for Andy disliking me or hate me, because then I started to find out that they bet on the games, which again, but what I found out is he probably was mad because I messed up his spread and
Of
lost him some
course.
spread, lost him some money. But I'm like, I didn't know. I'm just hooping. Again, I don't know how this little wild ball stuff goes.
Right. Right.
I'm just playing basketball because y'all told me we was playing basketball. It's just not being knowledgeable about the situation that I'm in. That's why we're having this conversation for future people.
Facts.
So I got Andy who pissed at me, and then I got the translator who mad at me for whatever reason. She irrelevant of a person. And then now I'm hopping on a train. So I'm like, all right, they punishing me by putting me on a train. Little do they know, I love trains.
Right.
I don't care. Put me on the train. And so I'm like, how long is the train ride? And Shorty was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Mind you, it's a 3-4 hour flight and we buy water. We going back to Guangzhou. So I'm like, how fast is this train?
The math ain't mapping.
Yeah, I'm like, it's faster than the plane for real. So I'm like, so when I get back, y'all gonna pick me up from the train station or like what? And she like, oh nah, you ain't going back to GZ. You going up north. I'm like, why am I going up north? Oh, I don't know. I get a text from Andy. You going to Janine, ask Natalia, she'll give you all the details. I'm hopping on a plane. So I go, hey, look, Andy just texted me and said I'm going to Janine. Why am I going to Janine? Oh, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? He just said that you know. So I'm hopping on a random train going to a random place. I know, stop asking me questions. Don't talk to me.
Wow.
So I'm from around the way. I'm not getting on no train. And now I just figured out I might have lost y'all some money. I don't know how much money I lost y'all by playing basketball and winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have lost y'all because the winnings was 800,000 RMB.
Right.
That's 115 bands.
Dang.
USD.
For a little tournament.
I'm thinking, for a little tournament. So I'm thinking, man, if you mad that we won 115,
ooh,
and I have 40, 15, and 12, ooh,
the
woo,
spread.
I'm not
That's up
getting
the
on no
spread.
train. And I'm not saying that that's what it was. I'm just saying like my natural instincts. I'm not getting on no train to go no random place unless y'all give me some real hard concrete details. Because y'all told me I was gonna be going for 3 days. So we get back to the hotel, and that's where the video come in. Because I asked her 5-10 minutes in a row. She ain't telling me nothing. I don't know. So that's when I asked her. I'm like, hey, look. So the company canceled my flight? Yes. Why? I don't know. Stop talking to me. So now I'm texting. Like hey, why am I going to Janine? Oh, you gonna love it there. Huh? Why am I going to Janine? It's gonna be so fun. Why am I going to Janine? I'm talking about for hours. Now, my teammates and the translator don't hopped in the truck. They don't went to the airport. They don't left. I'm still at the hotel. The owner in the city hit me up like, yo, I see my driver said that you wasn't in the car. You good? What's going on? I'm like, yo, chief, like they left me because they told me to get on some random train, but they're not giving me a reason why. And where I'm from, man, we don't go on suicide missions like that. So he was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna just get you. He was like, do you want to stay? Like, yeah, I'm gonna get you a hotel out here. We'll figure it out. So he hit me later on, like, if you want to stay around here and just chill, I'll set you up. Like, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. Like, bro, they ain't say, bro, I fuck with you, but basically, like, bro, I'll rock with you. Like, you cool. I got you. So all night I'm texting them back and forth with some of the same similar questions. Why am I going here? What am I doing here? I even sent them a text that said, hey, look, I'm gonna just be honest. I am not a wild ball player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a wild ball. I just don't. The concept of being told what to do or how many points to score, and I know that happens on various levels, and that's probably why. You know what I mean? That I'm not going.
Right.
I was a lottery pick after my first. Now I was a lottery pick. My problem was I questioned authority because if something don't make sense, it don't make sense. I've lost millions because something didn't make sense. You don't think I can lose a couple brats because something don't make sense? You think I'm not standing on business still?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that everybody should do that. Everybody go at your own pace. But me personally, I'm going to stand on business. Nah, I'm not going. So, continuing this conversation, you going to love it. I asked them, how long will I be there? What is my reservation? Who's picking me up? Da, da, da. They said, oh, you'll just be there for a while. Don't worry about it. It's one of Andy's clients. So I said, I'm going out there to hang out with a dude? Man, I don't like dudes. I like women. Like, no offense to nobody else. I like women. I got a shorty. You
What
know
we
what I'm
got
saying? I
going
love
on?
my shorty. I love my shorty. I am not going to nowhere to hang out with no grown man. I came out here for basketball. I don't
Just
understand.
for what purpose? What purpose would I need to go out there for?
So then one of the translators hit me and go, oh, you only need shoes, groceries or something. But I guess the translation was a little off, whatever. But then she says like, oh, you'll be gone for a month. To do what? I said, am I going there to play basketball? What am I doing up here?
Right.
When you get there, everything will be figured out. You'll be fine. I'm like, now it's sounding like a 60-year-old pedo trying to give a 3-year-old some candy and tell him it's all good to
Right.
set him up. Like, no, like I'm not hopping on no train going nowhere. If it got to be that, I can afford to get myself home. And y'all
Right.
hate that. I can afford to get myself wherever I need to go. I'm financially free in the sense where I can do that. I'm cool. So then, that night, I remember that I know a guy that plays that's engineering, that's within the company. I'm like, hey, one of the guys I remember. So I hit up another one of my guys and said, look, can you send me his contact card? I reach out to him. I'm saying, hey, bro, why you in Janine? He like, man, I'm out here working somebody out. One of the bosses out, and he pays me. I train. He got a shoe machine, normal tech, game ready. You know, it's smooth. And he was like, I'm about to go. He was like, the company actually don't even mess with me no more. I'm like, why? He like, because I got to work out with the Mavs, with the NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
And they mad that I got to work out with the NBA team. And, they basically hating on me. So they ain't even buying my flight back to the crib when they said that they would do that in case something like this arose.
Because they don't want them to leave.
Appeared.
They don't want them to leave.
They don't want them to leave. So he like, bro, luckily the boss that I'm with out here is going to buy my flight back home. You know what I mean? And looking out because Andy and them basically just left me for dead.
Right.
And again, and again, I'm not saying his name, you know what I mean, or nothing like that. And I don't know his financial situation. But again, like if he wasn't financially in a situation where he can afford or knew somebody to get back home for his NBA workout, he's stuck up under their thumb. And so that's what they're doing. They're getting a lot of people up under their thumb. You know what I mean? They get you out here. Oh yeah, we're gonna give you this amount. Then you get out here, they change the amount they're gonna give you.
Right.
Oh yeah, we can't pay you that. We're gonna pay you this. You out here? What you
What you
gonna say?
gonna
Oh
do?
no, man, you either
What
gonna
you
pay me
gonna do?
or send me home. They pimping. Well then go home then. Shit, we don't need you. Go home, bro. You just brought me out here. I can't afford to go home. Well then, what you doing? Get out the apartment.
Yep.
Where I'm gonna go? I don't
I
care.
don't care.
Go. Y'all pimping.
I'm gonna
They
block you.
pimping hard. Pimping hard. And again, if your situation is if you okay with that being a possibility, then this might be a good situation for you. You just gotta know what you're dealing with.
Right.
So I reached out, I hollered at him. You know what I mean? He showed me his living situation and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I kind of part ways with it. I get a text from this guy again. He like, hey, look, the boss want to holler at you. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I hop on the FaceTime with my guy. I mean, with the guy I know and the boss. His English ain't the best, but he can mutter out a few things. He goes, are you not working with Andy no more? So I'm like, honestly, you know what I mean? They don't let me stranded. Like that's a big no for me. Cause I'm in an unknown country and y'all left me stranded
If you do that, what else would
without
you
really.
do?
Yeah, I'm cool. And like I said, I got a job set up. I was coming out here on my own dime. I'm gonna just maneuver by myself. I ain't really no hard feelings. I ain't tripping about nothing. I think I was 2 days away from getting paid again.
Cool.
Don't care about the paycheck. Keep it. I ain't tripping. I'm gonna just get my own spot out here and I'm gonna maneuver by myself. So then I get text message, I'm getting text message from Andy. You just need to go to Japan now. You need to leave because what I'm finding out is they don't want you to stay in the country. Because then you can meet other players. They might have to play against you. You fucking up their chicken. You starting to know too much information. You don't make friends within the
You
company.
gonna
Now
tell
you can go
other
relate them.
people to stay away from them?
People are getting paid. Yeah, people are getting paid this, and this to play, and you only getting paid 1,500, 2 bands for the month. Yeah, I know it's
Nah.
stable checks, but bro, you can eat. I know it's stable checks for you, but you can eat, bro. Like it's hella money out here. They don't
There's
want
too
that.
much money out there, and they want to keep you at the bottom. They eating off the top.
They exactly. They want to keep you oblivious. They want to keep you ignorant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he telling me you got to get out of my country now. You know what I mean? And I'm the
Wow.
type person like I'm LOL like, hey man, like I ain't tripping, bro. Like yeah, you know what I mean? Like just keep moving about your way. Appreciate everything. Just move around.
Kill them with kindness.
So yeah, I ain't sure. What you gonna? There's cameras everywhere. What you gonna touch me? Come on, man. I tell me, you know what I mean? Like I tell man, if you come to America, we can have a proper conversation. We ain't no need for us to conversate here in China.
No.
We can't have no proper conversation.
No.
You gonna pretend.
Yes.
I'm cool, man. You got it. You're a gangster. You big and bad. You got it. So, I have a conversation with this boss, man. He say we get to the point and go, man, how much would you charge to train me for the month? So I'm like, man, 15 bands. He like, I can't do 15, but I'll give you 10. And I pay you every day. You gotta work me out. I think it's 5 days a week. You got full access to the gym. You can go 24 hours. You'll have a driver. Your living situation will be paid for. The only thing I won't pay for is your food. But I pay you daily. I think it ended up equaling out to like 70,000 RMB. That's how you know there ain't no cap in my road. And I got everything I'm telling you. I got hard evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, all right, that ain't too bad. You know what I mean? I'll make me a quick little 20 piece before I go out to Japan. You know what I mean? I ain't doing nothing but in the gym working out too. I'm like,
Quick.
that ain't bad. That ain't bad, working the guy out. So I'm like, all right, bet I'll do that. So I guess I'm assuming this guy hits up Andy and maybe like, hey, look, Jay coming with me. I don't got to use you. I already got, you know what I mean? He coming with me. I'm paying him directly. I'm not sure if that was said, but I'm assuming because Andy then basically started telling me, I hate Jalon. Fuck Jalon. I'm throwing this shit in the trash can. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And the boss sending me the messages. And my thing is like, hey man, you know what I mean? Sticks and stones, baby. Like I ain't tripping. So I'm heading back the next day to go back to the apartment to gather my things because the next let's say I don't remember. The 28th is when we were supposed to come back. So I headed back the 29th and I was supposed to head out to the other boss like on the 30th. But as I'm getting on the plane and stuff, man, the other boss hit me up. Where you at? Are you through? Like he just hit me up crazy. You know what I mean? Just like I'm his son or I'm his pet. I'm like, you know, and that just ain't me, bro. Like, and I'm not telling nobody else not to bend over or do whatever they need to do for their own chicken.
They
But
be so
I'm in
disrespectful,
a
bro.
situation where one, I don't have to, and two, I'm not. You know what I mean? So I end up texting like, hey, bro, like I'm gonna hit you when I get back. Like, you know what I mean? You kind of doing a lot, man. Like, you know what I mean? So he then sends me a message with the video of Andy putting my stuff in in a box with raw meat, all types of shit, saying like, oh, we put this shit outside in this random place. You could tell them to come grab it. Like, fuck them. But they didn't send that to me. They sent that to him. So I'm like, come on. I'm at the airport like,
wow. All that?
I'm hot. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, Wool's back around the way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. You know, if I've grown a lot, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
You gotta think about the context, though. Think about the context. All this for winning.
But I'm 3 hours away, so it gave me time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It gave me time to relax. You know
Cool
what I mean?
thing.
I was calmed down. I was calmed down by my loved ones. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. Like, the best way to handle this is going to police. Now, mind you, I ain't never called the police in my life. So I'm like, that's the best way to handle it. And I got friends out here, you know what I mean? And so I get back. I basically, I call the police. They take me to the room. I try to punch the number into my room because I'm like, let me go see if my stuff is just in the room. Boop, boop, boop. Boop,
Different
boop,
calls.
boop. So then we go back to the police station, and my homeboy Z, they basically talked to police. They was like, look, my stuff is in this random place. And again, I'm not going to no random place. You know, Magic telling me these dudes, mafia style and they gangster stuff, which whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to trip on that gangster, saying that gangster, they not. But period. I'm not going to no random place to pick up my stuff.
Right.
That just don't. That's
That's
just a
anywhere.
setup. Like,
That's
bro,
anywhere.
come on, bro. Like you tell me you hate me. You try to send me on a random. You try to send me on a random train. Mind you, still ain't tell me why you canceled my flight or anything. I found out the stuff through the boss a little bit, but I still don't know no information why you was acting like this, or why you trying to send me somewhere for a month. In the same token, y'all run through my room and go through my stuff. When the translator has been in my room, because that's where I signed like the little paperwork and stuff. So I'm like, man, I got, you know what I mean? Bro, I went from Atlanta, I was going Canada to China, China to Japan. So like, bro, like I'm the type of person, I like Bear Brooks in China. I mean in Japan. I like the shop, I like the denim. So I packed some breach. I
You
packed some
brought some
chicken.
bread. You brought
And a
some bread.
decent amount of chicken at that. A decent amount of chicken. So I told him, I tell the other boss, I'm like, look, I got $7,500 USD in my room, and that's really the thing that I'm caring about the most.
Right.
I could buy the shoes and stuff back, like, and it's more so the principle. It ain't really like anything other than like, dang, like y'all could have hit me up and said, look, you got 24 hours to get out. And we ain't paying for your flight, we ain't paying for your hotel, you got to get out. Y'all could have just did it just a little, y'all could have kept it cute. Like y'all went messy.
Y'all went
So
to
the
your
police
stuff.
tell them to bring, bro, the police tell them to bring me my stuff. I go through everything in front of the police, shake everything out, do everything, boom. Ain't none of my chicken there.
Wow.
So I'm telling the other boss, I'm like, look, that want me to come up there for the 10 bands a month and train them. I'm telling him like, look, you know what I mean? I may need a little time, you know what I mean, to figure this situation out. But he acting like he don't care about my situation. He just get on the plane. Don't worry. I'm like, oh, okay. I see how you want. And I just send him a text, say, hey, I appreciate the opportunity. You know what I mean? I'm gonna happily decline. I enjoy peace over money. And I can already tell the way you sending me black hands. And I even asked, I said, you
Black
black,
man.
bro? No, that's how I talk to the other players. The other bros, they let me do that. Oh no, man, I ain't going like that. You gonna fuck around and say what up, my nigga, and
It's coming. It's
you know,
coming.
yeah, like it's just not a you know,
There's too many
I
people
know
doing
where
it
I
for the money,
succeed and I
bro.
know where I
Too many people
failed.
doing it for the
Yeah,
money.
I
They
just
know
know
it. I can do. He gonna listen to me
it's
because
like
I
the
got the bread.
Incredible Hulk, man. Like come on, man. It's like I'm still the Incredible Hulk. I just know what situations are good for me and what situations are bad for me. And I was like, this is not gonna be a proper situation for me. I'm gonna fail. So before I do that, man, I'm gonna just
I'd
chill.
rather not do it.
So I told him, I said, so then he hit me up on some like, you know, like almost like, man, should I give you more money type thing. I'm like, nah, like it ain't about the chicken. Like I'm cool. So I shake everything out at the police office. I shake everything out at the police office, and my money ain't there. So I'm like, look, I need to sign like a, you know what I mean? I need to file like a proper report. So I end up doing a proper report, and the response, they basically just trying to say like, oh, you don't supposed to be like Andy and them is basically saying like, oh, you don't supposed to be in this country with that much money, and like
What?
that's their stance with the police. Not that they didn't steal my money, not that they didn't cancel my flight, Not that they didn't put my stuff in a bag with raw food and go through my stuff without my consent or without prior notice. Not that they try to put me on a random train. Not any of that. Oh, like you don't supposed to be here with that type of money.
So
And
we're
I'm
gonna
like,
take
we're overseas players. We're overseas players. You know how this works. Like, bro, I'm going to 3 different countries, and I keep cash on me for the simple fact of people do what y'all just did.
right.
Oh, you play in South America. If you go and and if you go to Venezuela and you tell the police at when you get off the airplane, I got you declare I got $7,000 on me. You better watch your motherfucking back.
Right.
Cause it's nothing for them to go, hey, look, this kid is staying here, boom, and set you up.
For sure.
We know this. We know this to be true in various countries, and that's a lot of times why we don't declare certain amounts of money because we know we can get set up,
Facts.
and we just bring in chicken with us so we can be able to move or do what we want to do. If you like to shop, you're gonna bring a little money to shop.
Right.
If you like to move around, you're gonna bring a little money to move around, whatever you like. So if at any point you can be able to shake and move. Even when before they gave me my first check, I reached out to them and I'm like, look, I want to exchange some money. Oh, we'll just front it. No, I don't want to front it. I want to exchange.
I need that
Because I
cash.
know how that get. I know how that get. I need y'all to exchange money. I got money. I don't need no front. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no front. So, you know, now we're in a situation where the police is involved. The translator said that she was not in my room, and she basically blamed some people that are higher up in the company, and the people that were in my room were her and Andy. She said she was never in my room. She voice memos basically ratting out people that's within the company that are higher up than her. So now they're involved because of her, but they seemingly think that I put their names in there, which if I did, I say I did. You know what I mean? So now they've lawyered up, which is smart because y'all took my money, and so now we're just in a situation playing the waiting game for the police to do their due diligence because, and the only thing they can say is like, oh, he he didn't declare the money at the border. You know what I mean? And the
Isn't
other
it
thing
ten
they're like, oh,
thousand?
in college,
Isn't it 10,000 you have
no,
to
it's not.
declare?
I thought it was 9,999, but they're
Right.
saying here in China it's less than that, which I didn't know.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Guys get paid hundreds
Me
of thousands
either.
and millions, and you're telling me I can't have less than 8 bands and cash is too much money? Stop it. Stop it.
And it's not like I'm up here. And that's the thing. It's like y'all act like I was up here buying stuff and import. It's like I just got cash in my room. You tell me I can't. And I'm going to Japan, bro. I'm gonna be gone for 15 months, bro.
Man,
China straight to Japan. I'm gonna be going for 15 months.
a good bid.
Good. I'm doing more than a yard. I'm in prison to have my family.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like I said, you know, this whole me coming out was more so, or me speaking on this subject was less about me being mentally distraught, me being in a lesser place, or you know what I mean, like mentally on the court. It's none of that. I want everybody to know it's none of that. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm in a good spirit. I'm excited about my season coming up.
Mm.
I love China. I love the food here. I've met some great people here. I think their basketball is getting better. Uh, you know, I have no quarrels, no hate for China. My only thing with coming out was that, man, so oftentimes us being real or solid, we go through things without letting our fellow brothers know,
Mm.
so that they don't have to go through these similar situations. And so I really contemplating by saying something in the first place because of that. Man, I'm gonna take it on the chin, man. I'm gonna just move forward. But I'm like, man, but what if somebody gets in a situation they can't afford to buy their flight home? They can't afford to get their own apartment. Because I got I'm not done with them. I got my own apartment and everything. I'm chilling. I go work out, get my food, do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? But there are players that they're seeking and that they're going after that don't have those type of that doesn't have that type of backing. So if you don't, you cannot buy your flight home.
Right.
You don't know where you're going. You may not have a proper visa. You may be tricked on why you're coming here and what your purpose is here. They sending you and they bending you every kind of way, and you kind of got to bend to their will because you did not know what you was getting yourself into.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was one of my problems. You know what I mean? One of my problems with Magic is like, man, like you just out here lying every single day. You out here, you know what I mean? You out here just lying. You lying to people. You're talking
That's
behind people's
tough.
back, which is neither here nor there. You know what I mean? Like humans talk behind people's back. You telling people, yeah, man, I can get you in this situation, that situation. You know, I was getting 12 bands of money in Kuwait. Come to find out, you getting 3 bands, 4 bands. You know what I mean? It's just like every which way, like you lying. And when I came out, it's so many people that came to me with stories about Magic and how he was doing stuff. Bro, mind you, Magic never hit me up not one time when I was stranded. In fact, he told people he's out of it. I'm staying out of it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Never hit me up one time about my money getting stolen. Never hit Andy up not one time. This is his company, bro.
Wow.
Like not one time if you reach out to me and just go, hey, young fella, like, nah, let me handle it. But then once I came out, he gonna send me a text message. Oh, I had your back more than anybody had your back out here. I'm like, bro, I ain't hurt. And like I told him, I said, man, I said something along the lines of, I would appreciate, you did not reach out to me while I was stranded. So unless you're contacting me in reference to my money, or unless you're contacting me with the formal apologies from all parties involved, I would appreciate you not reaching out to me up under any other circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like to speak to me up under any other circumstances, let's make sure it's on American soil and let's make sure it's in person.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening, brother. Yeah, I don't think he wants
And
to.
that's it. If you would like to speak to me up under any other circumstances, I think I'd rather not.
Right. Just
Because
walk
he
away from
texts
the
me where
subject.
you
Walk.
at. Yeah, where you at? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm decoding it, like, cause I know how I'm around him. I don't do nothing but listen. I know how. Oh yeah, man, I'm pressing him. He might say something like that in his head. Oh, I know you ain't got. He texts me. Oh, I know you ain't got no hole in you. You can communicate with me. Like, bro, I'm not. That's fine. If you would like to speak to me, let's wait until we get on American soil and let's speak in person. And whatever you said, if you feel the same way, you express that to me in person on American soil.
Right.
We can't. What we gonna do on Chinese soil? I'm
Well,
not going to jail for no
you do
conversation,
not. You for not no conversation or
and I
nothing like
won't.
that. Do not.
No, I
Because
won't.
China is not
I
to be
won't.
played with when it comes to that, boy.
I won't. I won't. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I think the biggest things to take away from this situation is just understand what you're getting yourself into. I've had about 10 to 12 people hit me up and saying like, man, I was just about to sign these guys, but I did feel like something was fishy. I
Hmm.
did not want to mess with Magic because I heard about him throwing games and I heard about him stealing money from people and putting people in bad positions and he owed money and this, that, and the fourth. But I was going to do it because people are chasing this dream. It's
Man.
satisfying. You know what I mean? Like, it's that, man. It's a win-win deal. Even myself, I'm like, man, I took it myself. 'Cause I'm like, man, I was going out here on my own dime. Now I get to go out here on somebody else's dime. I get paid every 2 weeks to chill, rent free. Man, it's smooth. I get to
This,
run up and down.
man.
It's amazing. But let's say you get a kid from LA Fitness who ain't never played overseas a day in his life. They offer him $1,000 a month.
He gone.
But now he hop on the Instagram. Yeah, I'm an overseas player. You know what I mean? Like, which isn't a bad thing for those guys. What I'm saying is, just know what you're getting into if you're dealing with Andy and She Hong Sports or Magic. That's it. This. If you just know it's a snake, the snake might not bite you. It may not even hiss at you, but just know you're dealing with snakes when you're dealing with She Hong Sports Elite, when you're dealing with Andy, when you're dealing with Magic Dorsey. Just know what you're dealing with. And if you make the decision to still come, don't be surprised if things start to get fishy. You may come and things may go great for you. Don't let them dangle CBA over your head. They do not
Hmm.
have a CBA. Don't let them dangle NBL over your head. They do not have that for you either. At all. He is not a FIBA agent. Magic, don't let him tell you he got all the connections in the Middle East that he can get you 50 a month. He can't. Like everybody that you bring up, Magic helped him get a job.
Right.
You could bring up Jesus Shuttleworth. Magic, like, yeah, man, I got him in that movie role.
I got him over here. You know he was with me back in
Yeah,
the
I got
day.
him in that movie role. Yeah, man, I helped build hoop culture, which he might have did.
Nah,
He
he
might have
did
helped build
back in
hoop
the
culture.
days. Right.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I'm saying. He might have did. Like, there's certain things that he said that I'm like, man, it might be true. What I'm saying is, it's a pendulum. You know what I mean? Like he
yeah.
gonna give you 30% truth, 70% bullshit, or he'll give you 60% truth, 40% bullshit. You just gotta be aware of what you're dealing with.
Hmm.
That's it. You know what I mean? I think he does something. I think he's selfish, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Um, for him. I think that he does some good. I think that he tries to do good in different ways. I think that if it is between doing good or right by another human being and him feeding his family, he picking himself 100 times over, even if it is putting you in a fucked up position.
Mm.
Even like if your boy how I'm your boy, I'm stranded and you don't check on me. How I'm your boy and you let them run in my room and steal my chicken, and you basically trying to paint this narrative. He tell him, oh yeah, Jay, he told me, yeah, I know that you got in trouble in college. Hell, I know that too. I tell everybody.
What does that got to do with the current situation at hand right now? That has absolutely nothing. Like that has nothing
You
to do
told
right
me
now.
you killed somebody at 16. You told me that's the first thing you told me. Yeah, I'm big blood. I caught a body at 16. You can look it up. I told I don't care, man. I'm from around the way. You know how many people I know did this and that, bro. You don't tell nobody that.
You did not
But
say
you
something
gonna
like
judge
that.
me. You gonna judge me off of what I did in college? And you telling me that you don't took a person's life?
Yeah, something's off there. I don't understand.
Come on. Like,
Something's very
it
off
just the
right
math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. So I think all in all, I think that Andy, I do not think Andy cares about African Americans at all. I don't think he care about our culture as far as basketball. I don't think Andy gives a rat's ass, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I don't trust Andy at
now. Is
all.
Andy a
Magic,
Chinese, the Chinese guy, or is he?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he
Oh, okay.
Chinese. I don't trust Andy at all. I think he's a very sinister person. Um, Magic, on the other hand, I think that he had, you know what I mean. He has his ways. Um, and I do think not I think he lies. But I think there is some good in him. I think he's still trying to figure things out. He's a little older, so you would think he got it figured out, but just because he's older don't mean he does.
Fair to say. Very
I
fair
think
to
he's just
say.
trying. Yeah, I think he's just trying to figure things out and try to do things as best as he can, stay out of situations, and keep his nose clean. In this situation, him being involved, I don't think Magic stole my money directly. I would like to say that. Now, did he know that they would steal my money? I'm not sure. I can't say that he didn't know or did know. I don't think he knew that they would steal my money at all. Let me say that. Maybe he knew they was gonna go on my stuff. I
Hmm.
do believe he knew that.
Or
You know
he
what I
knew
mean?
that
I
there was
do
a
believe
capability they would do something of that level.
we gonna pack his shit up. We gonna throw his shit out, and he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't stand up
Yeah. You should
because
have
he
did
didn't want to ruffle no feathers.
because it's messing with his bread.
You said,
Can't mess up his hand either. Just you a pawn.
you know what I mean? Well, I think he could. Well, I would have hoped, and that's my biggest problem with him. I also know what he says about some of the guys that he's brought out here. that may not have played overseas, may have like a more of an LA Fitness resume, and I don't appreciate how he speaks on their behalf and how he talks about them behind their backs.
Mm.
Those are my biggest problems with him. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like I don't think he's an evil person. I
Right.
think he, you know, I think he got some. I know he lies. You know what I mean? But you know, maybe which is fucked up the way he lies. But I think he lies to try to put himself in a better position.
We should be past that, man. Like,
Yeah, I
eh,
can't judge nobody for how they navigate life. I just can hopefully prepare anyone that is going to deal with either one of those people or this company. They may change the name. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole bunch of variations that may happen. So if you're going to deal with
that's a
this
good point.
company,
That's a good point.
do not give them your social security number. They're trying to get people's social security number. Don't get nobody your social security number. Don't get nobody your driver's license. They don't need your driver's license, social security, and passport number. That is a whole lot of setup. They talking about they gonna send out W-2s and stuff like that to people in the States. So I'm like, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Like y'all gonna tax people in the States? Interesting.
Mhm.
Very interesting. Especially when you talk about the amount of money that's being made.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's all I'm
No. No. No.
saying.
That sounds way. That
So
sounds all the way messed up. All the way.
so all I'm saying is to future players that are listening or people that are inspiring to play is just if you choose to work with this company or any company out here on this type of circuit, just be aware of what you're getting into. Ask questions if you can. You can reach out to me. There's various people out. Use this platform. Let them use you. Overseas, the platform that helped me, spread the word. Like reach out to them just to get some type of knowledge so you aren't blindsided about some of the things because a lot of people reached out to me like, man, you don't know how this works or you don't know. I'm like, no, I thought it was just basketball.
Mm.
How the fuck I supposed to know? Like, you know what I mean? Like they told me they gonna give me money to go get buckets. I went and got buckets and they was mad. I never seen nothing like that in my life.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, and
So,
that's
but had I known that prior to, I would have made it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I might have made the same decision. I might have made a different decision. But I
but
would
at
have
least
been
you
well
knew. At
prepared.
least you knew.
So if she would have came to me like, "Oh, you can't shoot no more," oh, okay. I need to entertain. Let me do some tricks. Let me throw it off the wall. Throw it. Let me do. This is more of a Harlem Globe try to
Hmm.
feel. Like let me do that instead of let me go compete.
This ain't
Let me
that.
go kill. This ain't that, and I didn't know that.
All
And
right.
that's all. You know what I mean? Just letting people know that this ain't that. There they
Dang.
want you to win, but they want you to win the way they want you to win. And if you lose the way they want you to win, you still fucked up. So you know what I mean? Like it's like they
You
they
just
might
can't
tell you you
wait.
want you to win
You
by
just
30 and doing all cartwheel dunks. And then you win by 30, but you only did one dunk, but the cartwheel wasn't in it. They mad.
they
You just gotta
mad.
know that was a part. That's how they work. That's it. You just gotta know that's how they work.
Man,
That's
that's so
it.
true, man. That's so true. It's like
That's
that.
it. And you can stack your money up and do what you need to do and maybe take advantage of this situation. But like I said, for me, just in my career at the moment, I don't frown upon the wild ball lifestyle. I think it is beautiful for a lot of people. Like I say I think China is beautiful. I met some great people out here. Just at this point in my career, it's not for me
Right. And
personally.
yeah, man. Because I really, first of all, I want to appreciate you coming on for sure because it's just how the word spreads. Because my homeboy sent it to me, and then I heard your story, and then I put this up on my channel, my YouTube, and you never know who might hear that too. Because that's the whole reason for this whole platform. Because I've been in the game 9 years. I've been in China. I heard about
Mm.
these things. I know about like people don't know about like the guy who got locked up in the bar fight, who played football for Nothing. Guy knew the judge. He was in jail for 4 years over a bar
Mm.
fight. You know what I'm saying? So people don't. You have to understand all facts of the life when you go over here. You're more experienced. You understand. I can't. You know what I mean? But a lot of people coming from the crib don't understand these things. They don't understand getting screwed over. You might need to have some cash on you. You might get robbed. All this type of situation. You think it's basketball. No, it's not. It really had nothing to do with basketball at all. So I really want to appreciate you. First of all, for just understanding, I know I need to say something. You feel me?
Yeah.
I need to say something because once you said that, travel to one player to travel to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get out there. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you for doing that, man. And so what's next for you, bro? You still in China? When you going to Japan? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm still in China. I got to report to Japan. My bid Japan starts August 1st.
It's
So,
big.
yeah, man. It's my bid. You know what I mean? I'm blessed because, like I said, I've been trying to get in this market. I've been turning down jobs
Man,
that would kind of even interfere with it. And so to be in this market, man, I'm super excited, and I know I'm gonna crush the market. I'm a cook. I'm a kill. It's just kind of like my making model. So I'm excited about going out there and doing what I need to do and playing for Yamaguchi, playing for a coach that really believes in me and really wants me to go out there and be special. One of my guys, Desmond Huber, he's coming out there with me, which I'm super geeked up about it. We've played in like 3 countries together, man.
that's dope.
16, played at North Carolina, and he actually one of the guys that helped put me in position to get this job. And so, it's been good because we kind of like go back and forth. Like I'll get a job, I'm like, we need a big bet. I got a big. Don't call nobody else. Like
Right.
if you want me to come, you gotta bring my big. And and he does it vice versa. And we got another friend,
That's a
AJ,
great
who's been
relationship.
top 5. Yeah, another guy, AJ, who's been top 5 in Japan, and doing fucking well. Number one in steals, number one in scoring, top 5 in Japan league and stuff. So like, we all three just kind of have this little situation where we always just put each other in good situations and I wish and I hope that, man, that continues to happen and that continues to grow amongst other players because, man, it's enough for all of us to eat, man.
Man,
Like I think these players think that they try to hoard information and hoard situation as if it's not enough for everybody to eat. And you have to do what's best for your family and stuff like that. But putting your brother on, man, or introducing him to a club that may be in the neighboring city as you let him sleep on your couch, man. Like we just need to do more of that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, I want to play in Japan. Hey, come sleep on my couch for 3 months.
all you gotta do is get out there. All you
Just
gotta
get
do is
out
get
there,
out
bro.
there.
And you can work out with us. You can work out with the team. You can go travel to this place and this place and try to get on yourself. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's just if you're there, your opportunities. You know what I mean? Your
For
chances or your
sure.
opportunity can rise. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like we can play basketball. You know what I mean? A lot of it, we can really play basketball. We just don't have the opportunity. So bet on yourself, man. Double down on your bet, and hopefully, you have people in your corner, or hopefully, groups that you're a part of, or helping you learn about situations like this, but also putting you on game for opportunities or even leagues that you can build from. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? You might go to a league, you're like, man, asking questions like, what market should I start in? Okay, well, what you looking for? Looking for the most money? All right, maybe you need to go to Asia early. You looking for this? The most games, the tough, you want to get back in the league? Maybe go to Europe. You want to go, you know what I mean? Like, just simple questions like that I think a lot of the OGs know that, that the young fellas aren't listening to. So young fellas need to listen. And hopefully by doing that, the OGs start talking more and start teaching and guiding because it's necessary. It's no need for all this technology to be available and at our disposal, and people still be the vast majority of overseas players are blind and have no clue what goes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like I should be able to go, man. I'm thinking about playing in Chile. Let me put this voodoo. Hey, oh yeah, what club you going to? Ah yeah, they don't pay on time. Yeah, your living situation gonna
Oh,
be crap.
listen, bro. Listen, you talking about something?
Just something
I
as
got,
simple
I
as
got
that.
something in the works. I'm not gonna say it on here, but I just want y'all to understand it. I got something in the works for everything you talking about, bro. Because you're right.
Yeah.
is such a need in this market. Like I should be able to go and look and see what this club about. Do they feel on time? How's the ownership? What's their and just because it's too much technology. You feel me?
It is too
I
much.
got something in the works, man. Trust me, I got something in the works, man. I appreciate you for coming on because you hitting it right on the head. And like I said, that's the whole reason for this whole platform is because I think the same way. There should be somebody out here telling people what's really going on. And I ain't seen nobody doing it. So you know what that means? In my head, that means I need to be doing
I need to do it. Yeah. Facts. Same. That's my same.
it.
That's my same. But right after this situation, like I start jotting stuff down, and I'm like, man, like I need to, you know what I mean? I need to start doing things, or putting things in position where that can be a little more tangible for people,
Right.
because it's just ridiculous that it isn't. Um, and we got we're a fraternity, and we got to start acting
Hmm.
like it more.
For
That's it.
sure. For sure, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on. Everybody that's coming in, listen, man, I got a book, 6 must-have traits to become a basketball player. Communication, listening to mentors, all these type of stuff. I kind of just made like a little guide to players out there who want to get started. Like, you really got to have that mindset first. You got to show you that mindset first, and it just getting you prepared for that. So when you get situations where it's not just basketball, you're prepared for that. You know what I mean? You're prepared for that. So, man, I appreciate you for coming on. That's all we got for this episode, man. Hey, man, I hope y'all run into you in Japan, bro.
Yeah, hopefully, man. That'll be nice.
Yeah, man, for
Hopefully,
sure.
bro. Keep safe, man, and you have a good one. Thanks for having me on, man.
100%, man.
But,
I appreciate you.
all right, you have a good one.
All right, bro.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.